Millions watch children get screamed at every week on TV, and apparently it was called motivation. They cried, got humiliated, and got punished for the mum's actions. And one moment involving an injured child still shocks people even now. But the darkest part wasn't even Abby Lee Miller. It was how normal everyone thought this looked. And if you grew up watching TV in this era, you'll like this one. People say Abby Lee Miller was just strict. People say that strictness builds confidence. But this version of strict didn't. It just instilled fear. And when you watch Dan's moms now, it just feels completely different. And not right. Abby tells a little girl to act like she's scared of bugs.
Mackenzie, you're afraid of bugs. Bugs fly in the air, bugs crawl on the ground, bugs sting you. Ready? Come on out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, she ran out of the room. That was her improv.
She ran away from the spider.
Look, Maddie's yelling at her.
6, 7, 8.
Oh, poor thing.
14.
Why are you
15.
laughing at me?
Because I think you're ridiculous. Go. Get out of here. Go sit up the stairs with your mother. I don't know what to do. Oh well.
This was just a normal kid reaction. I react like that if I see a spider. But instead of comforting her, she just mocked her. She calls her ridiculous and just tries getting the other kids to bully her as well. And she's a child, just a young kid. Now, was it coaching or was it just bullying? And that wasn't unusual because this wasn't just one bad moment. It just became the culture of the entire room. This was normal, to humiliate one child and then that everyone else just stays quiet. You can't speak up because you'll just get removed. And what I'm saying will really matter later. Another child turns up really excited to dance. She's smiling, she's nervous, and Abby just boots her out almost immediately.
Honey, you can't be here today. Okay.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Imagine being 10. This is your entire world. This is everything you think of. You walk into that room, buzzing, excited to be there, and then you just get kicked out and you leave embarrassed. Would you ever forget that? No chance. That memory's with you for life. Be honest. Did people just ignore this because it was entertaining? Did they just let it slide? Or was it because winning made cruelty look absolutely acceptable? Because this next bit is where it gets nastier. Because this became a pattern. If a mum challenged Abby, the daughter paid the price for it. The kids would be pulled from routines, ignored and dropped. And that's the entire twist that people forget about. Adults argued in front of children, and those same children just suffered. Abby and their mums would be screaming at each other.
Abby, don't take it out on the child. She had nothing to do with it.
That's the only way parents learn.
You're being ignorant.
You're out. You're done. Nobody stands in my studio and calls me names. Get out.
Imagine how disgusting that is. And somehow it still gets even worse. Some girls went on to win trophies, but what exactly were they learning? Were they learning that effort matters? Or that fear works faster? Keep that question in mind for later. A child was once told that she was too tall, the wrong look, not what she wanted. A child.
Off along with another one.
No, nothing.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Chloe, step forward.
This is when I was in there. This is time number 3.
Ava, stand next to Chloe.
Who does this to their kid?
Ava, you're too tall for us today. You're cut. Thank you. You can go. Is that clear enough for you?
Imagine learning that your body is a problem even before growing up. And that comment doesn't stay just in the studio. A comment like that sticks with you for your entire life and just makes you feel self-conscious forever. And then came one of the coldest moments of all. A child dealing with serious physical injury tried to come back. She was in a wheelchair, used crutches, and she'll have chronic pain for the rest of her life. And the child tries to come back, to try to dance and try to just feel normal again like everyone else.
I think she's immature and I think she needs to grow up a little bit.
You didn't walk in her shoes when she couldn't walk and she was in a wheelchair.
Are we on this thing again?
We are, because that's who she is.
I
And she
understand
doesn't use that to define her. She doesn't use it as a crutch, but every now and then she does have pain, which is real.
And Abby just doesn't seem to care. She's just sat on her phone, disinterested, not even looking anyone in the eyes, just like she didn't care. She was more interested in arguing than emitting any warmth or any kind of kindness or emotion. There was no empathy, no patience. And you've got to ask yourself, what was going on? Child was fighting to walk again. And that was Abby Lee Miller's response, to just sit on her phone and just effectively not care. And at this moment, that changed how people started to look at Abby Lee Miller completely. And if you think that should have been the lowest point, it wasn't. Because Abby also treated a future success like a complete disaster. Then came Jojo Siwa. Jojo didn't want to watch a really scary film in a hotel room on her own because it upset her. It was too scary for her. It wasn't age appropriate.
Jojo, you were 5th in the competition. You're 5th on the pyramid. Sometimes you act like a 5-year-old. Maybe 5 is your lucky number, or not so lucky number.
She did a good job last week. She did a solo, you poured blood on her, you put a 4-inch crown on her head. She did a good job.
Keep telling her.
She did a good job. She did a good job.
Keep telling her.
I'm telling you.
You should have watched the movie. When you're given an assignment, you do it.
When I'm in a hotel room in a scary movie, just...
No, we're not gonna do it. I'm not gonna have her be scared for the next 6 months because she watched the movie you wanted her to watch. Like, we did the dance, we watched the trailer, I told her what it was about.
You didn't change your emotion. You had one look on your face the entire time.
She deserves to be on the pyramid. She was in the group dance.
She deserves nothing. Don't have an attitude that you are entitled in this world. You are not. You deserve nothing else. You earn it. You can't stand here and cry. I have no crying children.
Now that's a child setting a boundary. That's normal. That's okay. Abby screamed at her. She just made her cry. She was pushed out. And here's the irony. Because Jojo later became even bigger than the show. Jojo Siwa's massive now. Everyone knows who she is. And she outshines Abby to this day. And it's funny how often bullies miss talent. Was Abby Lee Miller just jealous of Jojo Siwa? Did she know what she was going to become? Imagine fumbling one of your biggest success stories because a child said, I don't want to watch that because it scares me. Which is a fair comment. It's just ridiculous. And it gets even pettier. There's another story where Jojo Siwa was teaching other children how to dance.
Let me ask you a question, Jojo. What do you think constitutes being a master teacher? I see that you're having master classes. What do you know about being a master instructor? I really think you have to be careful with that word because a master teacher is somebody that has earned that title. So, because some kid wants to make a quick buck on the weekend because daddy doesn't earn enough money, that's not really a master instructor.
Why did she feel the need to drag Jojo's dad into the argument? Was it a jealousy? I don't really get it. Jojo was doing something really amazing by teaching other children to dance. She was making a really good name for herself. Why did Abby do that? When a child's success annoys you, you're the issue. But if you think Abby was the entire problem, you've missed the darker problem entirely. Because the more you look at dance moms, it seems a lot bigger than just one toxic teacher. And it feels like a machine that was built to just put children, young kids, just under constant pressure. And for what? What did any of it achieve? Kids crying and breaking down became cliffhangers. Arguments between parents and Abby in front of children, making children crying really uncomfortable, became just entertainment.
I just don't understand why I don't have a solo because there's 3 kids on the team.
Because I don't want you to have one. Is that a good enough answer? I'm not giving you another excuse. It's my company, I say no.
Can you stomp your feet when you say it? Because that's what it sounds like, a little brat.
Are you making fun of me because I'm in a wheelchair and I can't stomp my feet?
No, I'm making fun of you because you made fun of my kid all year that she's some kind of brat, and she's not. She asked you a nice question,
No,
and
you're the brat.
you're gonna
Look
slap
at you.
the paper up and down like that? Are you serious? Why don't you give her an adult response, a professional response?
You're just not good enough.
I won.
You want a professional response? That's it.
Wow.
Your left leg's not as high as your right.
Breakdowns became weekly content. It made people just want to watch even more. Children, young kids were ranked on a pyramid system, and some of them were made to feel worthless because in the eyes of Abby they weren't as good as one another. Some were better than others, and that's wrong. And this is something that Abby denies to this day, and she said it wasn't part of her real studio and it was just something added to the TV show. Why did she okay that? Think about that. Maybe the humiliation was just packaged for TV. Maybe it was all part of the show. And that changes everything. And then there was the episode where young children were dressed in nude, flesh-toned costumes and made to dance around. Young children. And the backlash from this episode was so strong that it was just later pulled entirely. Read that again, because these were children just being exploited for ratings. And at what point does entertainment just become exploitation of children? Abby might have been the face of it, but the cameras were still rolling. Producers still edited it. Networks still aired it. And sponsors benefited. A lot of money was made from the show. And that's why blaming one person, rather than everyone involved, hides the truth. In 2020, former cast parent Adriana Smith accused Abby of racist remarks involving her daughter Cameron, including comments where she compared the hood and crayons to the country club. Abby later apologised publicly, and that moment just goes beyond coaching completely. And that's why many people just stopped defending her. And then Abby's real life caught up with her. Her wrongdoings came to the surface. For years, Abby just acted untouchable. She just acted and paraded around like some sort of god. And then real life hit. She pleaded guilty to a fraud case and she actually served prison time. She was hiding money in different currencies, I presume just to try and dodge tax. So the woman that was in control of every single room she entered wasn't in control anymore. And that's quite a sharp fall. But that's not even the real ending, because prison did punish Abby. She did get a comeuppance, but it didn't answer the bigger question. Why were children put into that environment to begin with? What was achieved? What was the point? To dance better? To get bullied? To be left with potential lifelong mental health conditions?
I agree with everything she's done to me, my family, my friends. Absolutely not. And I've told her that before to her face. Like, I don't agree with half the things you've done, and I think that everybody deserves an apology. But
What's the point? Why did adults watch weekly? Why was it normalised back then? Why did so many people call fear just discipline? People say that she just prepared them for the real world, which I really don't think was true. The real world doesn't need children broken first. We need to be hyping these kids up and telling them how much they can achieve. Not that they're a failure or that they're too tall. Loads of talented kids succeed without humiliation. So when you remove the trophies that these children have won, what's there to admire? The darkest part wasn't Abby. It was how normal all this looked. That children being screamed at was prime TV. Everyone wanted to watch it. That the tears became content. That cruelty got edited into entertainment and millions watched without even blinking. And that should bother people more than it does. And if you watch Dance Moms back then, you'll probably never see it the same again. Be honest in the comments. Was it strict coaching or just outright bullying? And if you like stories like this, remember you're in the right place because there's more to come. Now if you enjoyed this, you've got to like and you've got to subscribe. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.